Get that right. All right, guys. Crystal Palace have just won at the very death of the game against Brighton and Hove Albion. 2-1. Christian Benteke scoring a last-minute winner, and it was a very good goal as well. In fact, both Crystal Palace goals were brilliantly taken first touch goals. And in fact, the two goals that Crystal Palace scored were the only two touches that they had in the opposition box for the full 90 minutes. Talk about domination from Brighton. It's not very often you see a team that are 16th in the league get 75% possession in a game. I mean, that was ridiculous. Like, everything was Brighton except from the goals. The first goal came in about midway through the first half. I didn't quite get the minute of it, but it was Mateta, the new boy. They signed on loan in January from Mainz, I think. It was some German team. I think it was Mainz, the one that Klopp used to be at, and Thomas Tuchel. And brilliant finish. Jordan Ayew crosses it in. It's a bit behind Mateta, but Mateta has Ben White behind him and holds him off brilliantly with his left arm. And just it was very similar. It was a similar finish to the goal Joe Cole scored against Man United about a decade ago, where it's come into him and he's used the inside of his foot and he's flicked it through his legs, and not through his legs, through the defenders, and not just the defenders, the goalkeepers as well. There was like two nutmegs in one shot. It was ridiculous. And it was brilliant finish. I mean, what a goal for your first goal for Crystal Palace. And that was pretty much it for the first half. Not a lot really happened in the first half. And in the second half, Danny Welbeck was brought on by Brighton. And it's quite funny that, because the goal in the first half, it was actually relatively similar to a goal Danny Welbeck scored. I think it was against Sweden at Euro 2012. I remember watching it. I was only about 8, I think. And the ball's crossed in, but I think Welbeck's was a little more impressive because he's on the volley and he's falling over as he's doing it. Then he had to flick it into the bottom corner. It was a brilliant finish. And Danny Welbeck, when I saw him come on, obviously the past few years haven't gone as well for him as it maybe could have done, down to injuries really. But everyone knows he is a brilliant finisher, one of the best on his day, really, isn't he? He's just so calm in front of goal and cool. And I thought, okay, that's Brighton. Brighton aren't going to not score here with, like, Welbeck. I think Welbeck, Mopai and Trossard were all on the pitch at the same time. So there's quite a few attacking options there, isn't there? And there was a massive goal line scramble in front of Crystal Palace's goal, and it was one of them where if you're a supporter of either team, you're just there, like, you're just sat there probably making noises like you're having some sort of stroke, and you're just like ooh, ooh, ah, ooh, ooh, it was ridiculous. Like the amount of blocks, like Crystal Palace players were just throwing themselves all over the place, just trying to block the ball. Trossard has a shot, he has another shot, it was saved by the keeper, it fell to Welbeck, he had a shot, came all the way back to Basuma, he's whacked it at the goal. It was ridiculous. And then a few minutes later, Brighton did get their equaliser. It was a really poor shot from Pascal Gross. I'm not sure if it was a shot or just a very hard pass to Danny Welbeck to try and get it through to him. But either way, I think it was Tyrick Mitchell managed to sort of deflect it away from goal and deflect it away from Danny Welbeck. And it fell to, who's the right back? Joel Veltman for Brighton. And first time on the left foot volley, just tucked it into the near post of the net. And that Brighton just looked comfortable from there. Palace created absolutely nothing in either half except from the 2 goals. It was just complete shithouse football, wasn't it? Neil Maupay is known for being the shithouse. Just ask any Arsenal fan in the country. But it was another level of shithousery today from Crystal Palace. Roy Hodgson's the last person you would suspect to commit that level of shithousery. How many times have I said shithousery in the last minute? Probably just enough to remove any CPM this video might get in the future, although with my 41 subscribers, don't look like I'm getting much CPM anyway, does it? So who cares? But please subscribe. And then in the final minute of the game, 95th minute, I think it was a cross from Jordan Ayew, and it's fell to Christian Benteke, and it wasn't like he was in front of goal either. He was on the very right hand side of the box, and he's managed to volley it into the far corner. But Benteke, for a footballer who you would say doesn't have the greatest, he's not the greatest on the ball, is he, Benteke? He's great in the air, but the way he does volleys are just ridiculous. Like, I can't remember how many times I've seen him do overhead kicks that have just come off brilliantly. There was that one against Norwich for Villa, one against United at Old Trafford for Liverpool. He's really good at volleys, isn't he, for some reason? And another one today, it might not be as spectacular as some of the ones he's done in the past, but it was still a brilliant finish. And yeah, that finished it off 2-1 to Crystal Palace. It's a good result for them. I think if you're a Brighton fan and you're watching this, I wouldn't worry about relegation. I think today you were very unlucky not to get anything out of it. I think chance that Brighton need to take their chances more. Although they didn't create a heck of a lot with the possession they did have, but they need to put some of those chances away. But I don't think they'll be threatened with relegation come the end of the season. I think that final relegation spot's between Newcastle and Fulham, depending on whether Newcastle can get out of their poor form. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.